in order to try to decode the language of racism, white supremacy, is going to take a mind that knows racism, white supremacy, that understands racism, white supremacy, and is not afraid to speak up and speak out against racism, white supremacy. Those of y'all that are going along just to get along, it's not going to happen. All right? We can't just go along to get along with these people, because as you're seeing more and more and more, these people are being emboldened to come out to aggress you, to attack you, to verbally assault you. So we have to be mindful as we stay calm and stay at peace, starting with the self. Be son, peace. What's good, man? All right? All right. So let me say this. We have to talk about these executive orders, because once I heard that the executive order was signed, I took to social media and I started looking and searching, and I started seeing one negress, another Negro here, another coon there, another popsicle head Negro over here, another bootlicking Negro over there, another back scratching, shuffling, Sambo, coon Negro over there, another corporate America chick over here, another, I'm not saying all people, black people in corporate America are coons. I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong. But you see, it's a mindset. All right. Driving in their car, in their living rooms, almost celebrating. All right. Like the white Jesus came back because Donald Trump signed an executive order. All right. But let's look into the language of racism, white supremacy, and piece it apart. And let's see what he's really giving black people. Can we do that? I mean, I don't mind. Let's do that. This article in the Washington Times News, it says Trump signs an executive order promoting opportunity zones in distressed towns. Let's be real honest with one another right now. Okay, can we do that? When have you ever heard this language? Distressed towns. When have you ever heard the hood be referred to as distressed towns? See, who is he speaking to? See, that's coded language. He's speaking right past your political, your educational, and your cultural experience. Come on in. Who's that? Oh, you said I can eat on my show? Yeah, right.
It's really good.
It's really good?
It is.
But I can't eat on my show. People
Yes,
gonna be
you
like,
can. Who cares?
okay. Thank you, Cypress. All right. So let's get this right. They're speaking a language beyond and past your consciousness. All right. Distressed towns. What is a distressed town? All right. I was rushing today. Somebody, one of these hackers sent a virus. I was trying to work that out. I didn't even get a chance to eat. So my daughter just brought me some food. I can't eat in front of y'all, so I love your backdrop. Oh, for real, right here? It's two different backdrops. This is a step and repeat. All right. I had that made from backdrops.com. And this one over here, y'all not going to believe where I got this from. You ever heard of a company called, I forgot the name of the company. It'll come to me in a minute. Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, when they talk like this, they're speaking past us. They're using coded language. John Trey, peace, what's up, man? And when they speak coded language, talking about distressed towns, and when they hear this, all right, and then followed up by the other language that we're going to go over in a second. Opportunity zones. What's an opportunity zone? Didn't we just talk about this stuff over the last 3 nights in this book? What's an opportunity zone? Did y'all get the in-office memo about they was giving $100 billion? And they putting this Negro in charge of $100 billion to create and pour money into opportunity zones in distressed towns? No, you didn't, because we don't speak that language. The Negro preachers, Reverend Pigfoot and Reverend Fatback and Reverend Porch Monkey, they didn't tell you at church now, did they? Reverend Hamhock, did they make an announcement that the $100 billion that he was about to sign off on? You didn't get that. You didn't get that from your political leaders. You didn't get it in church. I know you ain't get it at the school. So who did he tell? How was we supposed to find out? How was we supposed to find out? Somebody gave a donation right over here on Facebook. Send me that message again, because I didn't see. I saw it pop up real quick. But how was we supposed to find out? In order for us to take advantage of it. All right. Further on, it says President Donald Trump speaks during a meets with Democrat leaders. That's coded language. President Donald Trump speaks during a meeting with Democratic leaders in the Oval Office of the White House, Tuesday, December 11th. Washington Associated Press. It says President Trump signed an executive order Wednesday to create a new code word, a new White House council for promoting private investment in opportunity zones in more than 8,700 distressed communities across the United States, aiming to expand prosperity to neglected zip codes. Do you live in a neglected zip code? What is your zip code that is neglected? How did it get neglected? All right. He also mentioned in the press conference that he had when he gave his little speech talking about this particular subject, the fact that this has been happening. Didn't blame it on Barack Obama, but you know he was talking about Barack Obama. This happened way before Barack Obama. They've been neglecting the hood. All right. We can go back to Nixon, Reagan, Clinton, both Bushes. Peace, Charlie. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. All right. He says the council to be chaired by Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson. Who? Who did he say? Put your zip code in if your zip code is one of these zip codes that they're talking about. 334, my zip code. Could somebody put that in for me? Oh, Ben Carson. You mean bend over Carson? Is that, are we talking about the same individual that him and his wife paid $28,000 for a couch and a dresser and a lampshade? Are we talking about the same individual? Y'all help me out here. All right, the council to be chaired by Housing and Urban Development Secretary Bendover Carson will help streamline applications for communities to qualify. Where do you put the application in at? Help me out, y'all. See, we don't get this information. All right. Mr. Trump said at the White House, we are drawing investment into neglected and undiverse communities of America so that all Americans, regardless of zip code, have access to the American dream. It's three things we got to look up already. The American dream, distressed towns, opportunity zones. You see, this is the show, the Sirius Mindz show, where you have to start developing your analytical sense, your analytical common sense. On this show, you're going to have to think, you're going to have to study. What does these things mean in order for us to get through an article? All right. For too long, Mr. Trump said, economic development has been concentrated in certain large metropolitan areas. He just told on himself because they're kicking black people out of the projects, out of the metropolitan areas, and they're moving us with vouchers out to the suburbs, and young white millennials are moving in. So for too long, Mr. Trump said economic development has been concentrated in certain large metropolitan areas. With the creation of today's council, the resources of the whole federal government will be leveraged to rebuild low-income and impoverished neighborhoods that have been ignored. All right? You're right. Some people are putting gentrification in. You're absolutely correct. The people right here on YouTube are on it. The people on IG are on it. Come on, people over here, Facebook, y'all got to step up to the plate. All right? This is a real dynamic. So as I'm scrolling through social media, I'm seeing a whole bunch of bootlicking Negroes getting beside themselves. I was like, wow. Buck dancing and doing backflips for what? Help me out, man, for real. Whoo. So I went to the Federal Register or Registrar, the presidential documents. I started looking up executive orders that Trump signed since he's been in office. Help me out. Write this down because this is the formula. We're looking up words that we don't truly understand. We're looking up code words. We're looking up code phrases. All right. Now we at the point of the conversation. All right. We're elevating the conversation. Now let's look up the executive orders that Donald Trump signed. Let's just say just this year. Can we do that? We ain't got to go over this whole term. How about, can y'all give them to me? Let me start off and y'all help me out. Executive Order 13853 of December 12, 2018, establishing the White House Opportunity and Revitalization Council. By the authority vested in me as President of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1, purpose. 52 million Americans live in economically distressed communities. Despite the growing national economy, these communities are plagued by high poverty levels, failing schools, and a scrutiny of jobs, of jobs. In December 2017, I signed into law a bill originally introduced as a Tax Cut and Jobs Act, which established a historic new federal tax incentive that promotes long-term equity investments in low-income, code word, investment equities, long-term equity investments in low-income communities designated as qualified opportunity zones. He's sending the message out, brothers and sisters, to his white cohorts. Now is the time to move back into the hood. Come get it. That torn down house that you live next to, they coming to get it. They turning that into a loft. They turning that into a business in the opportunity investment zone. All right, Jason Fields, thank you very much, good brother. The American dream is to keep you asleep, i.e. lost in their dream, I believe he says. Linda Ponder, thank you very much, Linda. Y'all send me an email to seriousmindinfo@gmail.com. But let me finish. Give me the executive orders. All right. I read one. Executive Order 13854. That's the one I just read. All right. What else? Now I went to the Federal Registrar's office to snatch that one, just so we'll know that's the one we're talking about tonight. All right. That he signed December 12, 2018. Let's not take these things for face value. Get the damn executive order and read it. What the hell? I know I'm sounding kind of borderline goddamn feminine on here. Let me turn up the testosterone a little. Listen, get the executive order, brothers and sisters. Family, get it, at least look it up. You ain't even got to print it out. Get it, look it up, highlight some things, right? And then take it, put it in front of you. Then go watch the news and then come talk to Professor Griff. Why? Because let me tell you what's going on in the news right now. Let me say this before they start scrambling this signal. All right? Hold on for a second. Press the pause button. Ebony Russell, peace. Let's get free. Peace, man. What's good? For some reason, I don't get the notifications. I'm going to go back into the notifications to make sure they're sending them out to people. All right, but just know if you don't get a notification, I'm on every day at 7 o'clock. But hold on. Let me get this out real quick before they scramble this signal. What's going on in the news right now? They're sending troops down to the border to stop the brothers and sisters from coming from other countries into the United States. At the same time, Trump has asked Congress in the United States, I believe it's the legislative branch, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, for $5 billion to build a wall, right? At the same time, if he said, if I don't get the money to build the wall, I'm going to shut the government down. So the government has been shut down, right? Thousands of people are falling behind on their bills because he signed an order, all right, for these people not to get paid. Hold on, let me find it. I had it up. I don't know what happened to it, but pouring salt into the womb at mid-shutdown. Trump signs executive order freezing pay of nearly 2 million federal workers. I want you, not y'all on here that listen to me, them other Negroes that I saw earlier on YouTube and Facebook and IG, hooping and hollering about to have a damn party because he signed an executive order to release $100 billion. Wait a minute. I thought the government was shut down. How are you doing this? You see what an executive order is? He's able to bypass, I believe it's the executive branch. I got to get my government politics straight in my head. All right. So when they sign the executive order, he don't have to do, there's checks and balances, but to a degree, there's no checks and balances. So they can push that right on through. At the same time, and the reason why he's doing it, because he said that if the Democrats win in midterm elections, I know this is heavy on the politics today, but if the Democrats win in the midterm elections, basically what he's got to do is balance that out because the Republicans lost the House. So what does he have to do? He has to make everybody on the left think that he's doing something miraculous by keeping his campaign promise to black people. Negro, please stop that. Look at all the executive orders that he signed, and you'll see exactly what he's doing. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. No checks and balances with the executive order. You're right, Scorpio 16. Listen, smoke and mirrors. So 8 executive orders over here that's punching you in the ribs and the throat and the back of the head, and then he give you one over here and you're going to forgive all of that. Stop that. That's foolish. You love your slave master's enemy. I mean, seriously, too much. So we have to understand exactly what's going on. Read the executive orders. You're supposed to be writing in what executive orders that he's passed just this year. Look at the 507A Act. What is that? The 507A Act. What is that? Help me out. What other executive orders? Pouring salt into the womb at mid-shutdown. Now check this website down, y'all. It's a very critical site where they just tell white folks just tell it on this site that I go to often. Rents.com, RENSE.com, and commondreams.org. Commondreams.org. All right? Commondreams.org. Can someone put that in? Type that in? Commondreams.org. All right? And rents.com. All right? We have to start finding these alternative sites to go to that'll at least give us a better view, a better lens from which we view aspects of what they're doing in politics. All right? It is shocking that the federal employees are taking yet another financial hit. As if missed paychecks and working without pay were not enough, now they have been told that they don't even deserve a modest pay increase. This is Donald Trump. At the same time, he shut the government down. All right? It says with hundreds of thousands of federal employees currently furloughed or working without pay due to the ongoing government shutdown, President Donald Trump delivered another blow to the struggling workers on Friday by signing an executive order that will freeze the pay of around 2 million public employees in 2019. So 2 million people over here, but you release KT Wilson, peace. What's good? Thank you very much. It's all a game, all eating at the same dinner table. Wow. So basically what you're doing is 2 million people over here lose their jobs. People can't come in the country. You shut the government down because you, like a baby, you whine because you can't get $5 billion. but you give up $100 billion over here by signing an executive order. I know I'm talking fast. That's the New York in me. All right. But I'm saying, so when we go to checkmate these Negroes that are on social media, and then they want to argue back. And it's like, no, put the executive order up in front of you and then call Professor Griff and let's have a conversation. This is just pouring salt into the wound, declared Tony Reardon, president of the National Treasury Employees Union, which represents over 100,000 federal workers. It is shocking that the federal employees are taking yet another financial hit, as if missed paychecks and working without pay is not enough. Now they have been told that they don't even modest pay. So someone responded on Twitter, furlough 400,000 federal workers, require another 400,000 to work without pay, freeze pay for entire federal civilian workforce, justify pay freeze on our nation's fiscal situation, lie to the troops about the military pay raise, delayed them coming home from Syria, which you never should have been in Syria in the first place. The only reason why you was there is to back the already poor white trash that you got over there acting like they're Muslims, but they're really this organization that you and a couple of other these countries formulated called ISIS. I know I said that kind of fast. Rewind and dissect it. Trump's executive order, which largely flew over the radar of the national news coverage, makes an official announcement earlier this year that he would cancel a scheduled 2.1% pay raise for 1.8 million non-military federal workers. So you love your country, huh? All right. So this is supporting the veterans and the troops, huh? Leaving them in war-torn Syria. All right. Kurds on one side, ISIS on another side, those that are loyal to Assad on one side, the Mossad and Israel bombing on another side, false flags in the middle. United States Army is there, and God knows who else is there in Syria. Come on, man. Come on. I said I was going to stay away from this kind of stuff because I wanted to elevate the conversation, but we have to know these things. Am I right or wrong? Y'all don't mind if I deviate every now and then and go back to stuff like this, do y'all? Help me out, because I want to know if it's even worth our time doing. See, but we need to see politics in the daily news that we're seeing that they're feeding us, right, through a different lens. All right? President Trump pushed through a tax scam that gave unprecedented handouts to billionaires and corporations, but believes it's too expensive to pay hardworking federal workers a reasonable wage, wrote Representative Barbara Lee. Shout out to Barbara Lee, from Democrat from California. All right. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. So you have to see and hear politics, many bloodsuckers, politics, the science of governing people through a different lens so we can understand it from our perspective. All right? Let's understand that. That's from commondreams.org. You can go to commondreams.org. All right? Now check this out. Media blackout as Trump launches urban revitalization to invest $100 billion, that's billion with a B, all right, in minority communities. We ain't been minorities in a long time. Who is he talking to? Who actually has the money to come in and set up these businesses and companies? All right. You don't, because you've been asking for a business loan for a minute. They'll give you the loan to get the car. They're not going to give you no loan to get no business. They just not. Media has been completely focused on the Michael Cohen case, the special counsel, and reporting on the murder of this brother named Jamal. All right. Khashoggi. Media being media, they want to find things on which they can think they can bash President Donald Trump on. All right. So now this is one of them Negroes on the right. This is how they think. They find one thing that Donald Trump is doing good as the president after almost 2 years. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. We are the same people. Our relatives and our country cousins are the same people. All right. Coming from the same places that he called shithole countries. Am I right or wrong? Did he not say that? Did he not say that? Did he not say when he was running for president is, what do you Negroes got to lose? In other words, what do you niggas got to lose? You have no jobs. You have no money. You're poor. You're living in the projects. You're living in the hood any old goddamn way. You might as well vote for me. What do you got to lose? You remember that? See, the least we forget. The least we forget. So let's understand these things. We're the same cousins of the same people that's related to the same people that come from the shithole countries. All right? So now you turn around and you invite these Negro pastors and Negro preachers. You see, that's why Christianity, no, not Christianity, churchianity is so fucked up. Because you can call them bootlicking niggas in anytime you want to and get them to speak to the black community. All right? And then you win us over by calling them Negroes in. So just like you, 46 minus 1, 45, you taking names, we taking names too. In a minute, we're going to ostracize them Negroes for real and let them know you don't speak for us. He says Bird Box is happening in real life. Most are blind and dying to the fact. That's unique. 3. That's unique. So let's understand this. Yeah, there's some parents on here and some concerned good people on here that want me to watch my language. Could be some elders, so I'm gonna respect that. All right. If you want to donate to Sirius Mindz, hit the hit the Cash App, $ Professor Griff, or just go to paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. Or just go to my website, hit the donate button, www.professorgriff.me. There has been virtually a media blackout on this from the Conservative Tribune, or the far right, or those media outlets that favor the quote unquote Democrats. Brothers and sisters, family, please listen to me. The Republicans and the Democrats are two wings of the same damn bird. All right? Stop the madness. For instance, you basically had to actively search to find any mention of the Opportunity and Revitalization Council, a $100 billion initiative to deliver growth in the urban communities. Is that statement true? Yes, it is. It was hard to find. All right. And the only reason why it was hard to find for us, because those black leaders that was invited to the Oval Office to bend over for Donald Trump, along with bend over Carson, all right, never took the time to tap into the black